Yeah, so, you know, we started music production together 3 years ago. This Friday will be 3 years since this thing got bought on Black Friday, man.
It's about.
Wow.
I forgot it was on Black Friday, actually.
Yeah, it's Black Friday. And then last year, or 2 Black Fridays ago, I bought this guy and the micro.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
But anyway, bro, we started producing together, and now we're entering like this new phase of new genres and hip hop and things like that too.
Oh yeah, it's been going everywhere.
What would you say is like the most impactful thing you've experienced because of music production?
How creative I could be, mainly. Like, first off, I never thought I was any kind of musically capable of making anything. Like, I actually still don't play the piano, really. I try to make melodies, and I do, but mainly everything's on the machine, which has been kind of crazy. So this has been the main tool. But honestly, I never thought I could create the things I do. And sometimes I finish, I'm like, yo, like, what? How did this even come to me?
Bro, I gotta show you right now. Come on.
Yeah. But, and just how much you can learn. Also, how much you can get frustrated, how fast you can get frustrated, being able to overcome those frustrations, because it's very tedious at times, especially with some automation, and sometimes files aren't working, whatever it may be. There's so much crap. It's all electronics, and you know, of all people, I don't like messing with this. Like, so I also do have a hard time. I also really don't like being on my phone and on the internet. So overall, like, this gives me also a gateway to get away from a lot of things, like keeping me from partying all the time, keeping me from, you know, doing things, having bad habits that I might have had before, you know. I feel like it helped me grow into doing jiu-jitsu as well, because it gave me something like, all right, I'm already doing this, I was already working out. I need something to keep pushing me forward, so it's constantly like,
as we get pushed with this,
constantly getting pushed with like everything, or because especially with the frustration that you first start, it's like super overwhelming. Like, even just this hardware, you're looking at it and you're like, I don't know.
Not only learning hardware, but learning software. What is music production?
I'm actually still having trouble with like finding my way around the hardware, because I do use the laptop a lot. But yeah, there's a lot that it's done for me. Mainly how surprised I can be with myself, though.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's, I would say, the main thing.
Surprising. I guess I gotta say the same thing. Cause like, you step in the studio, you don't know what's gonna happen that day.
Oh, never.
You don't know what's like, so much can happen in an hour.
Sometimes even nothing.
Yeah.
Sometimes nothing at all, and sometimes you can have this creative flow where you just make 2 or 3 things, and you're like, all right. Or just like startups, and then hey, yo, I don't know what to do with this, like, mess around with this. And that's another thing. I feel like growing as producers, like, we bumped heads on a lot of things at first, because, all right, this is the kind of style I wanted, or whatever it was. And rather than now, it's like, it's not even about what style is being made, it's what we like to hear, and then
learning what that sounds like.
Yeah.
Learning what.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And really liking the styles that we like in each other, growing in that aspect too, because there could be people you work with that you just really don't like what they're making. Yeah. Not that it's bad, but it's just not your style. Yeah. So
it's not the same message, or it's not the same value.
That's a huge thing. That's a huge thing too. And also that's something that it brought too, was being strong in, I mean, I guess I'm still struggling with it now, being strong in who I am with my music, and not trying to let outside opinions really affect what I'm making. Because I mean, it is kind of scary to like put your own stuff out there and whatever, but something you always brought up was that you could see your growth through. Like, I always hop back on the desktop and see some stuff. I'm like, holy crap, I can't even believe that. I thought this might be okay to like
release.
But I feel like you're gonna constantly feel that as you grow in what you're doing. So like, with whatever it is, whether it's music or any athletics or whatever it may be, creative, any kind of art. It's like as you keep, you look at any artist that's out there, you're like, oh, they changed or their music's crap now, but it's like no, they're just changing their style. They just might not be up to your standards.
Why we so often want to fit people in boxes where we can expect the same thing because comfort is nice to us.
That's true.
And then we want somebody. I want you to be an artist. I want you to create, but I want you to create what I like.
Yeah. That's
rather than hey, I'd rather you create to your heart's desire, create whatever you got to create, and it is not my job to like everything.
Oh no, definitely not.
But I feel like people, I don't like that track, or I don't like that part of the album, or I don't like this release, and it's just like, well, the artist is not garbage now because of one project you didn't like,
or because of your opinion. Period. Like it's in the end of the day, like it's just people basing their opinion on what you're doing, and it's like if you're okay with it. But that's the thing. It's like we are constantly like aware and taking in what's in our environment. If people don't like what we're doing, then we feel self-conscious about ourselves. So it's like, but like I said, like coming to know that, like, all right, well, know that I like, man, I remember people would tell me like, you can't make music, like you don't even know, but it's like, well, I am now, so now what? So like, who knows what the next step can be? So and it's not even like like my original thought into making music, I don't know what it was. I kind of just love like the EDM scene and going to festivals and just house music. Like that's just
like the camaraderie and people that is found within the
everybody's
the enjoyment
very,
of the sound.
Everybody's very it's just an awesome environment. And so we were just like, yo, what? We mixed a lot. We would mix a lot. We'd just be mixing on this thing. Just like, yo, mix our own stuff,
Because we're like, all right, we're going to be DJs. And then, like, you look at, like, real DJs, and you're like, well, real DJs make their own music.
Yeah.
And then they DJ their own music. Yeah. It's like, well, now we got to learn that.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, I also never picked this up thinking it would be something that, like, I don't know, like, I never... Even now, like, I'm not like, oh, my God, I want to, start touring right now. Like, it's just like, how can I make the best out of this? Like, not just money. Like, you could teach people how to do these things. You can keep expanding on what you know, and you never know what might come down the road. It's not like, I feel like people think like, oh, you're making music, you're trying to become some master or whatever, but it's like, no, you could do a lot of things with this. So it's just taking it by the horns and taking the bull by the horns and doing it.
Yeah, I even think about over time just learning that it's okay to have something that people don't enjoy that you enjoy. And that was really hard for me to like, even if the numbers don't show, even if it whatever, like, I made this because I love it, and I put it out because I love it.
Yeah.
And although people don't love it yet, it's not gonna be like, oh, I gotta delete it now because I'm not getting the data on it. It's like, yo, as of this moment, nobody really knows about us anyway. So it's like I can't get upset like, oh, my stuff's not charting. It's like it's not gonna chart. It's like this shit.
It's appreciating the process of it and like. That's why it's so awesome when we get together and like sit and listen to each other's tracks and be like, oh, I like this, or you know what, maybe if you switch this, and constructive criticism where it's like, oh, I'm not gonna get hurt because you're giving me your honest opinion. Some people you'll show them your tracks and be like, yeah, listen, and you said before, they won't even like, they'll be distracted on something else, but it's like
they won't even listen.
Yeah, but there's certain people who will be like, oh, I really like this, or like they'll really nitpick because I feel like it's in the details what makes it very intimate, like the sounds and everything you use. I don't know, I feel like the song Light Into Darkness, that was just constant, just panning and a lot of just weird stuff, and that's just because I was really into messing with a lot of synths at the time. And that other track too came out with like awesome synths. So I guess also like as I'm learning, my music keeps getting different because I'm just learning different techniques and different ways of doing things. So that's another thing that gets implemented like in my music. So it's like also as artists grow, they're gonna be like, oh, well, I learned how to do something this way, and now they change their whole style. So yeah, man.
Sick.
Yeah.
Sick. So I will be featuring some of Brian and I's some of our tracks within these vlogs, as well as some of his own that he's created himself. If you enjoy any of these things that we have been putting out, feel free to shoot us a message and let me know something that maybe if you'd like to collaborate on a project and or would like to maybe get access to some unreleased music prior to its release. Maybe that's something we could offer as well. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. We'll be back at you with another video. It's Isaac and
Brian T.
And we'll catch you on the next one. All right, peace.